Hey guys, girls, King Lear here from Proceed to Checkpoint, and we are back with another Final Fantasy XIV guide. This time I am going to be covering off the tactics for Alexander, the Fist of the Father. This is turn 1 of the new Alexander raid on normal mode. So, look, watch, enjoy, and hopefully you'll get this down yourself very soon. In terms of difficulty, this is a pretty easy fight, so hopefully you won't have any trouble with it. It can also be queued via Duty Finder, and it is absolutely possible to beat in a Duty Finder group because that's how I beat it. So yeah, enjoy. The first move to be aware of with this boss is he will cast Hydrothermic Missile on a random member of the group. This will put a red mark above their head, and when he's finished casting, will begin to, for a couple of seconds, drop missiles on top of the targeted player. These deal a decent bit of damage, so the healers should be prepped to shield and heal the target of this. The good news is it doesn't appear to hit anyone else around you, so there's no need for you to get out of the fight or anything like that. It's just so the healers can be prepared. That targeted player with the missiles being cast on them, you need to keep an eye on them. Next, I'm going to cover off two moves in one. Resin Bomb and Photon Spacer. Now, he doesn't always cast these together, he'll cast them throughout the fight at various intervals. Resin Bomb creates a couple of circle AoE attacks, and Photon Spacer is a single line AoE attack similar to Landslide on Titan. The tactic for both of these are the same, just dodge them. Halfway through the fight, the boss will spawn another copy of himself at the exact same health that he is currently at. What does this mean for the fight? Quite a lot, but the main thing is that you now have two bosses. The off-tank must grab the newly spawned boss, bring it to the opposite end of the arena, and both must have a tank to themselves and must be kept at the opposite end of the arenas to each other. This will double the AoEs and the moves they cast, as each boss will cast the same moves, and their cooldowns are independent of each other, so you will have twice as many of those things we mentioned earlier to pay attention to at this point. It also means a couple of other things for the fight, which I'll cover off individually now. The next mechanic to be aware of in this fight is emergency deployment. This is where the bosses will summon sets of adds. They'll summon 2 adds each. Now, across the arena there will be lasers coming down from the ground. This means that a missile is on its way. You need to kill an add underneath the laser, and when the add dies it will drop an AoE. This AoE will shrink things, so you don't want to stand in it as it will shrink you, but when the missile comes down the laser it will also shrink the missile, so the missile will do less damage. So when the adds spawn, look out for where the lasers are, and DPS kite the adds underneath the lasers and kill them there, being careful not to stand under the AoE. Once the missiles have landed, the bosses will jump up in the air. Any of you who have gotten this far probably have encountered Meteor before. That's exactly what this is. The two bosses will set an AoE target down on the floor where they're going to land. The further you are away from that, the less damage you'll take. So you need to look at where the bosses are going to land and run to the opposite end of the arena to avoid them. That's pretty much all of the tactics for this boss. They will loop. You will see them all again and again throughout the fight, but that's pretty much everything covered. As long as you get those basics down, you will get the fight done. One final note to bear in mind, and this is really important, I probably should have covered this earlier, the bosses need to die together within 15 seconds of each other. As soon as one boss dies, the second one will start to activate self-destruct. if the self-destruct goes off, the party will wipe. So watch the health on the two bosses and make sure that they die together. That's it, guys. Hopefully this will help some of you beat this boss, and hopefully you're getting on okay in Alexander. It's definitely easier than Coil was, for sure. And I am going to have more tactics videos coming out as I make my way through the fight. The second turn I'm going to have out tonight as well. Turns 3 and 4 I haven't done yet, so they'll probably be coming out over the week. If you are interested in this, if you enjoyed it, drop a comment and let me know, and hit subscribe as well to keep an eye on some more Final Fantasy XIV content in the future. And good luck in Alexander, guys.